when game shows hosts used to kiss people. Remember that shit? Yeah, Richard Dawson back in Family Feud used to kiss women on the mouth during the set. Yeah, you guys have been young for that shit. But that's what Family Feud used to be back in the day. Yeah, poor Stephen Harvey, before everyone else. Rick, the tall British guy would say, hello, nice to meet you. You're Jim, must be the husband of the family, and it's just me, Margaret, my wife. Mwah. Wow. This motherfucker used to kiss people in the mouth. He used like this, and then not even the wives, dude, the daughters, too. The balls on this guy. You think I'm joking? This is Richard Dawson. I literally did this. And this must be your daughter, Wendy. Nice to meet you, Wendy. Wow, you must be how old now? Like, it's so weird. He never explained why he did this either, by the way. This guy did this for nearly 20 goddamn years. 20 goddamn years. He kissed people in the mouth. I'm curious, what was his pitch to the studio? Right? Well, they're talking, all right, Richard, so you're going to ask them their name, and then where they're from, and then you pick a category. I want to kiss them in the mouth. Sorry, Richard, my phone must be a little bit different. What's that now? I want to kiss them on the mouth by asking what question. I'll quit if I don't do this. Jeez. This guy. All right, Richard, we'll test it out. The weird part is women love kissing this dude. They went up to him. It was weird. It was like they sought after him. You can't do that with Steve Harvey, right? Imagine Steve Harvey with his Men's Warehouse suit. Coming up to you, like, I knew it must be Georgia. Nice to meet you. The kings of Harlem would have been shot dead, bro. They said, local host Steve Harvey, dead in his own thing. You can't have that in other game shows. Like, imagine The Price is Right. Bob Barker jerking you off before you ask a question. All right, there, Jim, or squeeze your balls there. Make sure it's not over or under. If there's washing dining room set over at The Price is I'm a little bit of an alarmist, but at the same time, I'm chill to the point of like blasé. Like, I found out we're going to a war with Iran like yesterday, and the way I found out was pretty interesting. I was eating key lime pie at 2 o'clock in the morning in pitch black in my house, right? On a Thursday. On a Thursday, I'm just 2 o'clock just eating pie, and I'm flipping through TikToks, right? And I'm seeing just missile strikes. And I feel nothing besides this is a good pie. This is a really good pie. It's key lime pie, you know, I'm getting this a lot. And part of me stops, is like, I'm eating key lime pie at 2 o'clock in the morning while I'm watching the Iran-Israel war. The fuck is with my life right now? There's no way to put that. But I call it Iran lime pie now, actually. A little bit tangier, but it's good. How do you know when World War III is declared? Right? No one just says, I declare World War III, and almost raises their hand. Like, I want to know, like, some guy needs to say, okay, we're officially in World War III, just for the dumb people, you know? Because there could be nukes flying across the world, and I could be like, is this still a global conflict? Can we stay out of this or no? Speaking of global conflicts, one thing I really hate more than war is soccer. I don't like soccer. I feel like the Iran-Israel soccer thing, you need that. So you need like some of a blood feud for soccer. It's the only thing to make it interesting. Like the Club World Cup is going on right now in Seattle. Traffic has been sucky because Argentina and Switzerland had to go 0-0 in the first round. They went 0-0 in the opening round. Is this why we have soccer riots? Right? Is this why we had that almost slaves built that stadium in Qatar? So we have a 0-0 tie in soccer? A 0-0 tie. That's basically both of you not coming during sex. That's the equivalent of both people not finishing. It's over. It's a waste of an evening. I celebrate Juneteenth like I always do. The barbecue. On Wednesday, I was talking to a woman. I won't give away the joke, but her name was Wendy, and she had blonde hair, and she had some particular ideas about Juneteenth. Do you want to share with me? I asked her while I was working, I'm like, hey, do we get paid tomorrow because it's a holiday? She's like, it's not a holiday. I'm like, no, it is a holiday. She's like, no, it isn't. I go, no, it's Juneteenth. She goes, oh, well, I don't think that's really a holiday. Now, she thought I was a part of the Aryan tribe. She thought I was one of the good ones. No, my girlfriend's black. She didn't know. She fucked up. And you think, well, what about the embarrassment of being called out in public, i.e. referred to again, my girlfriend's black. So, I asked her, why do you think Juneteenth isn't a real holiday? And then she goes, she just figured out my girlfriend is. I was gonna fuck that comedian too! God damn it, she's getting mad here. Gotta write some Charles Dick and Fremont instead, fuck it. No, my real love is not for her either, it's for the sea. Because all white people like to fish and swim. No. I asked her, why do you think Juneteenth's not a real holiday? She goes, and she got a stammer. Now, by the way, when you stammer, when you ask a racist question, you can either just not say anything and hope it fizzles down, or you can double down. And this bitch loves to double down. And she goes, well, it's because, well, as you know, I love when a white person tells me about a black holiday, Like, as you know about Juneteenth, like the word, she goes, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, but they weren't free until 2 years after. So we should really have celebrated the day Lincoln freed the slaves. I look at her for like 10 seconds, I go, do you think it was the slaves' fault they weren't told on time? I mean, do you think they were just so happy working for free? They're like, hey guys, let's just kind of work off the clock a little bit, Like, what? And then she doubles down even harder and she goes, I don't like any ethnic holiday. I don't even celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And that's a lie. White people love St. Patrick's Day. That's like saying you like Taylor Swift. Even I, a heterosexual male, love Shake It Off. You know what music I love more though? And this is weird. I love Kanye's new song. He has a new bopper out. No, hear me out. Okay, you don't know what song I'm talking about yet. He has 2 songs that came out recently. The first song is about his cousin. The second song is about another guy. Kanye wrote a song called Heil Hitler. That's the song title. That's what it is. That's what he wrote it up with. No word bank or anything. That was what it went. The worst part is it's a catchy song. Granted, the chorus is not my favorite, but the bridge is pretty good. Man, they take my kids from me, then it goes my bank account. But that is a very catchy song. I'm no stranger to hip hop. Blueface is on my record. I like dishes. So, my theory is like, do you think like he pitched this to his friends and like the producers, and they're like, all right, great song, what's it called? And they're like, it's called Heil Hitler. And they're like, no, what's it really called? No, I want to say how. In fact, the whole chorus is actually his N-word, Heil Hitler. So I can't say both those words for both reasons. So that's how double the bad song is, which I feel bad about singing that shit as I'm doing laundry, Kardashians don't know what I'm doing. It's clever. Just because he's a monster doesn't mean he's a bad producer. That's how it works. I'm sorry. 2 things do not negate each other. Right? What about that Chocolate Town? What about that R. Kelly? He's in jail for the rest of his life. You know all the words to Trapped in the Closet, don't you? That's the thing. It's a good song. It's fucked, but it's a good song. White people don't have that. White people have like the equivalent of okay, here's the equivalent. Your favorite rock and roll artist is a pedophile. So that's like all of our music shit actually. The point is, I like music. Thank you everyone, my name is Lucas, good night.